party, and the noise was disruptive. Is that what you're saying?
There are rules for the use of parks. You got to get a permit to get to you. I asked, I want to see your permit.
First and foremost, he addressed my kids in a very rude manner. Very rude, came up, why are you here? Get out, you don't live here. And I came into the situation trying to figure out why I was an adult talking to my children.
All rise. The court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Porter will preside.
Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see here. We have case number 7704, Gregory Chambers versus Althea Phillips. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Can you come to the podium, please? Is this your counsel? These are your attorneys?
These are my babies who are with me.
Okay. Only thing I understand about the situation here, Mr. Chambers, you have an issue with Ms. Phillips here.
Yes.
I didn't read the entire report. So can you tell the court what's going on here?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Yes, I live in a neighborhood with a small community park nearby. I like to go there each day. I take a walk. It's not too far from me, but it's a good walk. I go, I sit down on the bench. I enjoy the nature. I listen to the birds. I feed the ducks sometimes.
All right, guys. Today we're going inside a heated courtroom clash that goes far beyond a birthday party. A man accuses a mother and her kids of invading his peaceful park, but what unfolds is a gripping back and forth on race, rights, and public space. Meet Judge Porter, the families involved, and get ready for a showdown that takes some unexpected turns. Let's dive into this.
Maybe there's two kids throwing a ball back and forth. I don't have a problem with any of that. I think it's a public park for the public. That's wonderful.
Okay.
But then they come and they have a birthday party with, 15 people, 20 people, noise all day, music all day, debris left behind, balloons, party supplies, people who are not from the neighborhood. I don't know where they're from. I don't know where they come from. They're not my neighbors. They don't live there. It was like an invasion of our small park that we use, people in our community use to enjoy. Okay. And I had an issue. I had an issue with them being where they don't belong, where they don't live, and making commotion and noise and disruption for people who live there and enjoy that park on a daily basis.
So I have clarity on what you're saying. You're saying that the defendant had a party.
Yes.
And the noise was disruptive. Is that what you're saying?
And it's, by the way, against the rules.
Okay.
There are rules for the use of parks. You got to get a permit to get to you. I asked, I want to see your permit. They didn't have it. I don't think they had a permit. Nobody showed me a permit. There was no permit available to look at.
Okay.
Who did they get permission to have this party?
Okay, hold that thought. Ms. Phillips, I hope I didn't butcher your first name. How do you pronounce it? I'm just curious. It's
The plaintiff, Gregory Chambers, steps up with what seems like a simple complaint. He says a party disrupted the peace at his local park. But it doesn't take long for him to paint the situation as a personal invasion. He's setting the stage for something bigger, a claim that these folks didn't belong there. Already, this feels like more than just a noise complaint.
Althea?
Althea, correct.
Althea, okay. Ms. Phillips, ma'am. You heard his statement. What's going on here?
Judge Porter, first and foremost, it was my baby's birthday party. They're twins, okay? I was throwing a birthday party for them, and this was a public park, okay? So this public park that we threw, whoever we needed to speak to as far as the community, whoever I needed to get with, we had that meeting about a month in advance, okay? So we had this party at a birthday park. It was literally from 12 to 3 p.m., not all day, okay? It was about 12 of us, very small, very private, very intimate. So the loud music and everything else, I don't know, all day never happened. We cleaned up after ourselves.
Did you have music at this party?
We did have music at the party.
Okay. Was it like those big, huge speakers that they set up?
No, we had a small radio. We couldn't even afford the huge speaker. So we actually had a very small radio, like a little Bluetooth speaker. So it wasn't that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Chambers says that you guys left the park in disarray with garbage.
Absolutely not. At about 2:45, we started to clean up. Like I said, it was only about 11 or 12 of us. And we started cleaning up about 2:45, so that way we could be leaving the park 3:15 at the latest. So we cleaned up party supplies, party decorations, food, waste, anything of that nature.
Things get real here. Chambers doesn't just complain. He says the people at the party weren't neighbors, implying they were outsiders. His demand to see a permit and his words like, "They don't live here," start raising eyebrows. This is the moment when it's no longer about trash or music. It's about territory and entitlement, and it shows in his tone.
We threw that in the trash.
Okay, let me ask you this. And this, I guess this goes for you, Mr. Chambers, and also for you, Mrs. Phillips. Did you guys ever end up having some type of conversation with each other?
Oh, he was very rude.
So you guys did talk to each other?
Well, she has her opinion, I have mine.
Well,
I think I was very nice
since you
and
brought this
respectful.
case, I'm going to ask you, what was that conversation like, sir?
I approached them. I said, I don't know who gave you permission. I don't think you belong here. This is not the way this park is used. And I'd like you to leave.
No, you came to my kids
Okay,
first, and I had to address you.
Okay, ma'am, hold on. I'm going to get to you in a second. Please continue, sir.
Well, like I said, I asked them to move the party because that's not how that park is used.
When you say move the party, you mean move the party off the property of the park?
Yes, fine.
Okay.
Look, there are spaces available for parties. You can go to a bowling alley. You can go to a roller rink. Maybe your church has a room you can use. It doesn't have to be in a park that's used by other people. It's a public park. I'm part of the public, right?
Yes.
I can't use the park because they're having a party.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Okay.
And about the debris, you know, the bins fill up and they spill out. You know, it's all over the place after they leave.
All right. So I have clarification. They did put garbage into the bins. It was just a lot of garbage.
Well, I don't know what they did. I just know that there was debris around.
Now it's Alia's turn, and she holds her ground with poise. She clarifies it was a small party for her twin kids in a public park, and that she followed all necessary steps. Her calm, factual defense strikes a strong contrast to Chambers' emotional claims. You can already sense where the sympathy in the room is starting to shift.
After their party.
Okay, ma'am, you heard his side. What's your side of that when you guys had your conversation?
First and foremost, he addressed my kids in a very rude manner. Very rude, came up, "Why are you here? Get out, you don't live here." And I came into the situation trying to figure out why I was an adult talking to my children.
Hold that thought. Kids, what did he say?
He was being very mean, Your Honor. And for some reason, he said, "This isn't your place. Go just move your party somewhere else."
Ma'am, what did he say?
He was a very angry man, and he was saying to get out and leave because this isn't where you should party in this area.
Okay, now did he come to you before going to your mom?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, is that true, sir?
I may have spoken to them. They were running all around. I was walking over to speak to them, and you know they were near me, so I spoke to them first.
Okay, ma'am, please continue.
So once he addressed my kids very rudely, I intervened and asked him what the issue was. Mind you, it's about 2:00. So he comes, "Oh, why are you here? You don't have permits. I don't know who you are to think that I need to show you a permit first and foremost." So he asked about a permit. At that point, I said, "Don't speak to my kids. We are in parameters. I've had permission to."
We dig into the claims about noise and cleanup. Alia insists they used a small Bluetooth speaker and cleaned everything before they left. Chambers doubles down, saying the park was left a mess, but has no proof. The judge questions both sides, and it's clear the evidence isn't leaning Chambers' way. His case is starting to wobble.
Use this from 12 to 3. You're free to roam around elsewhere in the park. And that was it. And I proceeded to move my children out of the way, and we walked away.
Okay, sir, I'm a little lost. Where is the problem with the noise? I'm not having an issue. I'm having.
I actually have a recording, if I can play for you.
You have a recording of what, sir?
I have a recording of, I couldn't figure out how to record on my phone, so it's actually something from the internet, but it sounds to me like what the sounds they were making. So I'd like to play that for you. So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can hear. But this is basically.
So what you're saying right now is that what you heard at the park
Similar
sounds like what you just played.
Yes.
But what you just played is not coming from them.
No, it wasn't that. I couldn't record on my phone. It's a little tricky for me.
Okay.
But it reminds me of what I was hearing.
Okay. Hate to break the news to you, but that's not admissible in court, sir. I'm sorry. Had you been able to record the actual noise, then that would be something different. But you didn't do that. You brought in another sound.
Yes.
Tension explodes. Chambers admits he walked up to the kids first, not their mom. That's a big mistake, and the courtroom feels it. Alia steps in to defend her children, furious that a stranger confronted them. This is no longer about a permit. It's about boundaries being crossed and respect being violated. The atmosphere shifts dramatically.
Understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, I do. Yes.
All right. Well, I've made my decision on this. Excuse me. I'm very tired. I have to have a sip of my coffee, especially for this one. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Mr. Chambers, do you pay taxes in this city?
I'm sorry?
Do you pay taxes in this city?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Are you aware that your tax dollars go for numerous services throughout the city?
Of course.
Okay, Ms. Phillips, ma'am, do you pay taxes in this city?
Absolutely.
You're aware of the fact that your tax dollars are used for numerous things.
Yes,
Mr. Chambers, let me ask you a question, sir. How did you get here? You drove your car here?
I did.
Did you use the roadway to drive here?
Yes, of course.
Okay, did you pay for that roadway out of your money?
Uh,
Did you pay for the pavement? Did you pay for the upkeep? Did you pay for any of that, sir?
Well, the way everyone does through taxes.
Through taxes, absolutely. Is it fair to say that the community collectively, their tax money paid for that roadway and the upkeep, which allowed you to use it?
Of course.
Okay, would it be safe to say that Mrs. Phillips' tax money helped pay for that roadway?
Yes.
We hear directly from the children now, and it's heartbreaking. They say Chambers was mean and told them to leave because they didn't belong. There's no mistaking the impact his words had. The judge listens closely. You can feel the balance of the case starting to tip heavily in Alia's favor after this.
Which means that she helped you get to this location.
In a matter of speaking, I suppose that's right.
So now let's go to this park that you have. That's a public park, as you so clearly said.
Correct.
Your taxes pay for that park. It pays for the upkeep and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
Her money also paid in taxes for that park and the upkeep of that
Well,
nature.
if they live there, I don't even know.
No, that's not how the taxes work. The taxes are not exclusive to one neighborhood. It's collective. That's how this works. Okay? So her taxes paid to help keep that park, which you enjoy, available. Now, you don't live in the neighborhood. Do you live in the neighborhood? We didn't clarify. Do you live in the neighborhood?
I'm about 2 blocks
by?
away, I do. Yes.
Okay. Let's say that she didn't even live there in that neighborhood. She still has access because it's a public park. Now, I know there are places throughout this country that have private parks, okay, but they pay for that service, exclusive. This is not that case. This is a public park. Mango Park does not have any private parks in the city. You're aware of that fact, sir?
Yes.
Anyone can come to that park at any time. Well, this incident occurred between 12 and 3 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Okay. So where I'm lost at is the audacity that you brought into this courtroom to say that only you and
Alia takes over again and calls out Chambers' aggressive tone, especially his insistence on seeing a permit. She makes it clear she had proper permissions and wasn't obligated to answer to him. The judge, meanwhile, grows visibly annoyed at how the situation escalated, and the courtroom tension is undeniable now.
the people within the immediate area should have access to that park. You use the park how you want to use it. They're using the park how they want to use it. There is nothing within the city charter that says that you can't have a birthday party. Now, true enough, if there's a certain amount of people at your party, yes, you are correct. You do have to get a permit. Sir, that number is like 100 plus people. Your admission, it was like 15 to 20, and she stated that she invited 12. That's well under the amount that's needed for a permit. And then here's the other thing I don't understand. Where do you get off saying that you have to go to her and ask her, show me your permit? Who the hell are you, sir?
Your Honor,
No. That was disrespectful. Okay? If you have an issue with somebody at a park and you think they are violating the law, you get in contact with the Mango Park Police Department. You do not take yourself over there, and then you had the nerve to talk to the children first? How disrespectful can...
Then, a bizarre twist. Chambers tries to play a recording from the internet. Not even from the actual party. He says it sounds like what he heard. The judge immediately shuts it down as inadmissible, calling it out for exactly what it is, worthless. That move backfires hard, and Chambers loses even more credibility.
Can you be, sir? You go to an adult, okay? I can't drag children into this courtroom alone without an adult present. They don't have the mindset or the capacity to engage you in conversation to help clarify what's going on. You overstepped your boundaries, sir. You were rude, you were mean, and you were just callous. So, unfortunately, I am going to rule in favor of the defendant, okay? You need to learn that that public park does not belong to you. It belongs to all of us, sir. All of us. Everybody in this town. Whether you live here or you're visiting, it belongs to all of us. You sound like those rich people who have a house on the beach and they think the beach belongs to them. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to all of us. We all should be available. We all should have the ability to enjoy nature.
Judge Porter takes control. He launches into a brilliant breakdown of how public resources, roads, parks, are paid for by everyone's taxes. He methodically shows that Alia had just as much right to use that park as Chambers did. The courtroom is silent. This was a wake-up call, and the judge is just getting started.
as I said, Your Honor, I don't disrespect anybody who wants to use that park. But when their use of
But
it
that's what you
is
did.
infringing on my use of it, I don't have any rights in that situation. When what they're doing is infringing on...
So what you're saying is your rights are being violated because they're exercising their rights to use it.
There's a conflict, obviously.
There is a conflict. Your ignorance. That's where the conflict is, sir. Your ignorance. Just because someone is being able to use their rights, it does not mean that your rights are being violated. And I don't know how to make that clear to you, sir. You know, this uppity attitude that you're bringing into my courtroom makes me want to throw you through that door right now because I can't believe you have this mindset. But that's fine because your case is dismissed. Now get out of my courtroom.
Come on, babies.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge Porter. I'm glad you saw through it, and I'm glad you ruled in my favor.
The judge continues, calling out the flawed logic of, "This is my neighborhood." He dismantles the idea that public space is exclusive, reminding everyone that public means shared, period. If you thought this was just a legal lesson, you're wrong. This is a social reality check being delivered from the bench.
My family's favor. What do you say, guys?
Thank you, James Porter.
Thank you, Judge Porter.
Thank you.
You know, I lived too long, I think. What I remember is you go to the park for quiet, for peace, to enjoy your life, to enjoy nature. Now, public space, public space. Anybody can come and do anything they want. Well, you know what else is a public space? The sidewalk outside their house. Court records are public. I know where these people live. I got a birthday coming up. Maybe I'll go celebrate my birthday on the sidewalk outside that kid's bedroom at 1 a.m. Or, better yet, court is public. Public space. Anybody can come to court. I'm going to have my next birthday party right here in Judge Porter's courtroom. Wait till I crank up the music. I'm going to give you an invite, Judge Porter. You can bring a +1, and you don't have to get me nothing, because the look on your face when I play my music is going to be present in...
Judge Porter goes off. Furious that Chambers dared to demand a permit from a mother and her kids, he calls it out as pure arrogance. Speaking to the children first, another huge line crossed. The judge calls Chambers rude, mean, and callous, and you can feel the courtroom siding more and more with Alia.